Hi, my name is Kim and I'm currently on a 5-week road trip around Scotland. Here I spend my time walking along beautiful beaches, exploring old castle ruins, as well as just enjoying the beautiful countryside there is on offer. If you want to follow me on my adventures, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. I'll see you out there. Good morning and welcome to another beautiful day here in the Fort William area. It was very fresh this morning, but that's because we've got these beautiful blue skies all the way around. But yeah, it's starting to warm up a bit now. I'm feeling pretty tired and not very energetic today, but it's just too nice of a day to do nothing at all. So it's not going to be a super easy day, but I've basically just decided to head into Fort William, probably find a cafe and then chill for a bit and come back this way. Now from the youth hostel to get to Fort William, it is about, I think it's like 2.5 miles if you just walk it along the road, nice and easy, but which is what I'm going to do on the way back. But to get over there, just to get a little something into the lakes, I'm actually gonna head across via the Hill Viewpoint, which promises pretty good views down onto Fort William and the local area. So I'm just cutting back across here to get to the forestry path, and from there we'll have a trail that leads up onto the hill. Back up on the forestry track. Now if you've watched one of my last couple of videos when I hiked up to the Dunderdale Fort, you'll already be familiar with this track. But yeah, it goes, pretty sure this one goes all the way up to the Lower Falls car park where I was at yesterday for the Steel Falls, and down the other way it goes all the way down to the Braveheart car park, and then I'm pretty sure it connects to another track down there going further into Fort William. So yeah, just really nice track for some walks in the woodlands here. This is where the West Highland Way comes down. It's really crazy how when you step out into the sun in the morning, it kind of just wakes you up and energizes you. I'm still tired, but I'm feeling a lot better than when I stepped out the door a few minutes ago. But yeah, the tiredness will mainly be one of my roommates had her alarm set at 5:30 to start going up Glen Nevis at 6, and I mean, good for her. But let's say she wasn't being exactly quiet. So and I did sleep really well beforehand, but then once I was up, I was awake. But if you want to travel cheaply, you unfortunately have to put up with that. So this is where I'm turning off from our familiar track. So I will keep going straight ahead for the quickest way into Fort William. The official West Highland Way route, and down to the visitor centre you'd turn off to the right here. But I am going up this way along what's called the Peat Track, which is eventually going to get me up to Cow Hill, and it's a little bit of a climb, so it's going to get slow. I knew this from looking at the map before coming up, but yeah, this is just straight on uphill. It doesn't look like it's a long climb, but I think we're climbing up to nearly 300 meters. Can't quite remember the exact number, but yeah, nice wee hill. It's always so hard to tell on camera, but yeah, this is quite an uphill. There's still a bit of elevation to gain, but it is starting to flatten out a little bit, so I think the steepest parts are behind us. Yeah, up out of the trees and back in the sun, and it's lovely. So just walking up here on the kind of plateau, the going definitely gets a lot easier. Still slightly uphill, still gotta gain a little bit to go up to the Cow Hill summit. Oh, nothing like the steepness at the beginning. We also got pretty nice views of Glen Nevis already. Just there across the glen. Looking very calm and beautiful today. The steep uphill wasn't quite over yet. Still got more to go. Okay, we can see the mast there at the front. I have no idea if this is a cell phone mast, a weather station or whatever it is, but that's pretty much where our viewpoint's going to be. Alright, here we are, and this thing is much bigger than it looks like from the distance. But I'm just hopping up here, just trying to find the nice viewpoint. Here it's pretty nice, so let me just pan you all the way around. So I'll start with Glen Nevis, now view down into Glen Nevis, coming round, some big mountains back there. Then we've got Glen with the far end of Fort William and all the way around. Pretty good. I'm just gonna head to the front there for some better views down onto Fort William. I'm actually going the opposite direction to where I said I'm gonna go, but I'm just gonna go down here because I think we'll have a good view down into Fort William from here as well. Yeah, a little bit better from here. We can basically see, I'd say about one half. So you can just see kind of the very edge there. That's the train station. And then you kind of have the high street along there with kind of, yeah, the far end. I did come down this way because apparently there is, I can see it, there is a path that goes straight down into top Fort William, instead of having to walk the mile back along the path and then kind of coming around the back. I'm just having a closer look at this path. It is shown on my map as well, so apparently it does exist, because that would cut down the distance a good bit. So yeah, this is the path here. See, it is going down. It does seem to continue, so I'll give it a try. Worst that can happen is that I'll have to backtrace back up again. Yeah, I think we'll be fine down here. It's a little bit wet and muddy, as everything has been over the last couple of weeks, so I'm happy to deal with that. And yeah, as you can see, the path keeps going down. So yeah, I'll take it. Also, I did forget to say at the top, but it did. So from the youth hostel, it did take me about an hour and 20 minutes to get up to the top. It's yeah, distance-wise, it's not that far, but yeah, you do have about 250 meters of elevation to gain on the way. But yeah, it's a lovely viewpoint. If you definitely recommend for like a shorter hike. So you can, that there are a couple of different routes up. Obviously, the one I'm taking right now, one from the youth hostel. There's also one kind of going up back there, and there's also a route going up to the plateau from the Braveheart car park. So you can do kind of a couple of different loops depending where you want to start. But yeah, quite nice. Now, I do have to say, when I head back later this afternoon, I'm definitely not going to go up and over the hill again. As I said, I want today to be more of a, let's call it an active rest day. So for the way back, I'll definitely take the long route, the low route around, you know, along the road. But yeah, this has been nice. Got the blood flowing quite nicely, and now I've just got to get down the last bit before we hit a road again, because yeah, this is actually quite slippery. So I'll put the camera away. As you can see, this is definitely quite a rough path down here. I'm quite comfortable walking stuff like this, and so keeps going down there. But if you want an easy walking surface, this is not the path. Definitely recommend backtracking on that main track, nice and easy, flat surface, and yeah, sticking to the main trail. But for me, it's just a fun little adventure. Alright, we're really nearly back down on a main trail. So there we've come from this little one up here. But yeah, we're nearly down into Fort William. And then I'm ready for some coffee. And by the way, if you're hiking around up here, you'll notice quite like these ones here are around quite a lot, and they are, I don't know if it's going to focus properly, but they are quite sharp, and they do often grow kind of on the side of the trail, and it's very easy to rip your clothes on or get poked through. So just when you kind of see nice yellow flowers, be prepared that there might be pointy. might have noticed that I in fact did not go for a coffee, but I just went straight to lunch. Because yeah, pretty much it was nearly 12 o'clock by the time I got into town, and because of how early I woke up, I did have breakfast very early, so I was getting hungry. So I was like, might as well have a sit down and treat myself for a meal. It was very nice. Now I feel like I've had too much food, but the walk back to the hostel will sort me out. Now the way back, like I said, I'm gonna take the easy route. Gonna be mostly along the road, but then when we get to the visitor centre, I'll definitely cross over to the other side of the river again to walk along it. You know how I said I was going to take the road on the way back, keep it easy. I changed my mind. Ooh. And well, I'm definitely not going to be as quick as that one. I really hate walking by the road. So what I'm gonna do, go back up a little bit. Where are we? We are here. So I'm just gonna take the connecting route to this circle, but basically, obviously, Cow Hill is quite a bit higher, so we're not gonna go anywhere near as high, but a third of the way up. And we'll be back on a forest track away from the road. And this time round, my uphill speed is going to be even slower than earlier, because like I said, I ate too much. I love pop food, pop grub, but the portions are just usually a bit big for me. So my stomach is definitely digesting at the moment. So this uphill here is going to be nice and slow. I am nearly up at where this little side trail connects to the main track, and I do have to say, uphills are starting to feel slightly, just a little bit, starting to feel a bit easier again. Even though I've not done any like big hikes. I think all these, you know, little ones with just a bit of elevation, you know, like today, including this one, we'll still have done about 350, close to 400 meters of uphill, which is of course nowhere near like a proper mountain day, but it does help build up that endurance and the hill fitness. So we're slowly getting there. Also, coming up here, you do get to a little bit of a viewpoint. This time, kind of, we're looking down at the other end of Fort William. But yeah, it's quite nice from here as well. And I would say, even though, you know, it does take a little bit of effort to get up here, this is much nicer walking than walking down along the road. Because yeah, this is the scenery that we've got up here. The one thing with this route, pretty much as soon as you finish climbing up all the way, it's flat for literally like a minute, and then you do start losing that elevation again, because this one, with this route here, you end up back down at the Braveheart car park. But the way down here seems a lot gentler, so still quite comfortable to walk. And like I've mentioned, I still very much prefer this up and down than just a flat road. And guys, this is why you do not trust the forecast here in the Highlands. when I looked at it this morning, it literally said 0% chance of precipitation today, and it has just started raining. Of course I don't trust that forecast, so I do have my rain jacket in my bag, but if it doesn't stop again in a minute, I'll put it on. But yeah, it's a lesson you certainly learn up here. Do not trust the weather forecast, because even if it tells you with like 100% certainty, or like today 0% chance it's gonna rain, you just don't know. Now down here we can see the Braveheart car park. So now you can see here straight ahead of us, so if we went up this way, that's basically our forest track that I've used a lot over the last few days. It kind of, yeah, just would go straight towards the back of the hostel, and then we just have the basically the track we used this morning. But like I said earlier, I would quite like to walk the last stretch between the visitor centre and the hostel along the river. And to get there, I'm not sure I can see it from up here, but there's basically somewhere down there, there's a little shortcut that does go back to the road. It will be a couple of minutes on the road afterwards, but then you get straight to the visitor centre, cut across the car park, and we'll be down by the river. And also, yes, this rain's not really letting up. It's not strong, but it's just getting to a point where I might have to put my jacket on. Yeah, let me just show you, there's actually a map down here. So we've just come along this trail. We are here now, and as I said, kind of probably the most straightforward way would be to follow this track, go down here, then we're at the hostel. But I'm gonna go up this little connection here, a little bit on the road, and then there's the trail here on the other side of the river. Just a little bit different. There we go. So that old path is just turning right here, and we'll be back over on the road in a second. And now the sun is pressing through again. Got some ducks swimming in the pond. Alright, no rain jacket yet, but hood has gone up. And while this, as I said, even though it does have a hood, I would say it's more for warmth, because it's not actually waterproof. But it does, don't know if you can see there, but it is a little bit like the little bit water resistant, I think it's called. So like a lot of the drops at the very beginning, they do just pearl off, but it's not like, I don't even know what the material is. It's not a proper DWR coating, so it's not really something that gets better with the right kind of wash. But yeah, it's like if it's a tiny, really light rain like this, it does keep it off for a little while. But it is down, so you don't really want to get it too wet because the down stops working. And we are back out on the road. Luckily, just kind of around that next corner, a little bit further along, is the visitor centre, and we'll be off the road again. Alright, and I'm on a nice riverside path again. It's not a super long section, but this one's really lovely to walk along. And as you can obviously cross back over by the youth hostel. The weather's lovely again down here. The sun has come back out, but if you look up towards Glen Nevis now. Like it's all, the top is all completely engulfed in hill fog. It was looking pretty clear this morning, but as I say, it just kind of shows you weather down in the glen, down in the valley, never really tells you what it's going to be like on the summit of a mountain. So, which is why it's important to always be prepared for everything. But yeah, it's lovely down here, and I'm sure it feels pretty arctic up there on the top. Quite funny. I just had a look at my phone, just looking at what kind of distance I've covered today. Now, certainly my phone's not 100% accurate, so there's always a bit of a margin for error. But looking at my steps, today's actually been the most steps that I've done for the last couple of days. Even though when I was off this morning, I said, you know, I was going to have a bit of an easier day today, more of a, well, what we'd call an active rest day. But actually turned out to be one of the longest walks in a little while. Now, most of it, a lot of it, like this, has been quite easy, flat walking. But then, of course, we did head up and over the hill. But didn't actually feel too bad today. Which is definitely a good sign, because it means I'm really getting used to doing more walking. Well, yeah, that's how it works sometimes. And yeah, it's kind of like where the youth hostel is down here in Glen Nevis. It's a little bit deceptive. It is a bit of a distance from town. You know, when you're driving, you don't really notice it that much, as it only takes a few minutes to get back here. But when you walk it, it's roughly about 3 miles each way. So it's yeah, little distance to cover. But yeah, no, I had a nice day. I am looking forward to get back to the hostel and just chill for the rest of the afternoon. Maybe, don't know, depending how. It has been very busy in the hostel, so we've had a full room the last 2 nights. So I don't know if anyone else is back yet. But yeah, I might even have time to get a little nap in if it's still reasonably quiet. But we'll see. For now, just last few minutes, and we'll be back there soon. So basically back. The hostel is just over there on the other side. But I decided just I said I love my benches, so I'm just gonna chill here for a few minutes, at least while the sun's back out. No doubt cloud will cover it again soon. But yeah, I always like being down next to the river. Okay, it's getting a little bit chilly, so I think I'm just gonna head inside and finish the day here. So thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed our little wander into Fort William, and I'll see you for the next one.